Welcome to today's video. Now, I'm talking about football on this one, sorry, but it's really good for the industry. If you are new to the channel and you would like to learn more about cryptocurrencies, hit that subscribe button and obviously press that bell button and check out the links below. I have competitions, I have links to premium signals and all kinds of random cool stuff. But let's talk about the shirt sponsor on Watford Football Club and why this is absolutely ginormous. See you in a sec. So, on the screen, Bitcoin confirmed as a partner. Now, it's not Bitcoin itself. It's not Satoshi Nakamoto doing these deals, by the way. It's a company called Sportsbet. They accept Bitcoin cryptocurrencies on their betting platform. And you can see on the first line here, Bitcoin logo will appear as a part of an educational drive, which is massive. I'm going to go through in a minute how big the Premier League as a brand is. Now, if you're not into football, I understand you may not know this information, but as branding goes, it's elite. It's massive. It's unbelievably big. The eyeballs, everything on Watford will be huge. And it offers that awareness drive of, what's that logo? Because these logos on the side of shirts now are relatively new. They've only been around for at least 2 seasons now. This is literally the second season. And it's just another shirt sponsor. It's like F1 where they got a lot of sponsors, but they are quite big. They're quite obvious on the left-hand side of everyone's shirt. So it's good. It really, really is good. And I'm quite excited about it because I think it is going to bring further awareness to just the simple questions of, what's that logo? Oh, it's Bitcoin. I'm going to look into Bitcoin. Okay, cool. When people start going down the rabbit hole of Bitcoin, you tend to invest. People know. Recessions possibly coming. Other elements, Brexit, people are getting a bit, unhappy. Bitcoin, people will probably jump in. So it's really, really massive. And I want to go over the brand of what the Premier League is all about. Now, this is obviously a football club. Watford Football Club are quite big anyways. They're well known. Watford's a big area in, south of London. And ultimately, they've been around for a while. They've been in the Premier League a while. They're pretty much, FA Cup finalists last year. And I know if you're not into football, it's probably over your head, but ultimately I want to mention a few numbers. Now, the Premier League as a brand is huge. Now, this is just Wikipedia. It's not the greatest information in the world, but this gives you a little bit of an insight of how big it is. Okay, so in terms of where it's watched, there's 212 territories around the world, 643 million homes watch this with an estimated audience of 4.7 billion. It's massive. Football's huge, but the Premier League is probably the most competitive and the best league in the world and most notably watched. People will always see Watford. They will, if Liverpool play against them, if Manchester United, if Chelsea, Man City, whoever, they play against Watford, they've got a big fan base. They'll just see that logo there. Boom. Easy. And they've also got it around the pitch. They've got electronic scoreboards around the pitch with the Bitcoin logo. Invest in Bitcoin. You've also got in other Premier League stadiums, e-toro, which mention Ethereum, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. It's a good step forward, this. Really good. So, other things to mention. Attendances. Average league attendance is 38,000 in terms of stadiums. So, in there, they're already, people are actually physically there. But it's absolutely ginormous in terms of an overall brand. It's worth billions. This brand is worth absolutely billions. 2.2 billion generated domestic television rights alone. It's huge. And, payments of 2.4 billion, in 2016-17 with a further 343 million in payments to the clubs. It's ginormous. So, I'm a massive football fan. I understand how big the Premier League is. It's hard to kind of get your head around it, but if you don't know much about football, in terms of England anyways, in Premier League standard, you've just got to look at the numbers and you've got to think, well, if there's over 643 million homes watching it, but you've got to think of the illegal streaming as well. A lot of people stream their football illegally or on other websites, and this is just Premier League numbers. And throughout homes in the UK, we have Sky. We have the likes of Sky, we have other things. We've also got other programs which do highlights. You've got YouTube as well, which do highlights. They get millions of views, and it's just going to be further awareness. And other things to mention as well. The Premier League have some absolutely ginormous partners. And these will all show images, they'll show image rights of Watford playing in certain games, they'll show all kinds of stuff that will go around the world. When Watford play against big games, when they go progressively into bigger cups and they do better, they will be seen more. It's just a part and parcel of the game. Shirt sponsors in football and even shirt makers, so for example I'm wearing today a Superdry t-shirt. If a team is made by Nike, for example, or Adidas, they pay them the money to make the shirts because the brand is so big of a football club. You got EA, you got Barclays, you got Budweiser, Cadbury, Coca-Cola, Nike, and you got Tag. They're massive. And then you got further down, you got obviously broadcast partners, Sky Sports, BT Sport, Amazon Prime, and obviously BBC. And then you got the radio stuff. These all will show elements of Watford throughout the year. They'll just show elements of it, and their shirt sponsor it's new, it's radical. No one's done it before. They're first. So that's why I really like it. I admire the fact that it is an educational drive, and it is just for Sportsbet. And now this isn't a sponsored ad by any means, but it is just for one company, and it's really, really good. Now, if you read through the article, it's actually quite interesting. The cryptocurrency community have hugely supported us since we began. So putting the Bitcoin logo on the sleeve felt like a fun way to give something back while showing them support. Because people will talk about Bitcoin. Oh, why they got Bitcoin on there? Oh, it's due to Sportsbet. Oh, cool. Simple advertising. So it really is quite good. And it's just different. And I like it. That's all I've got to say about it. So today's short and sweet. It's Watford, new shirt sponsor. I really, really applaud them. Even though I don't support Watford, I am a Liverpool fan, even though people hate us too. But ultimately, it's such a big step forward for just general awareness. Everyone talks about Bitcoin mentioned in movies or Bitcoin mentioned in the likes of TV series. Like, oh my God, it's amazing. This beats everything. The eyeballs on the Premier League over 38 games of the year, over 9 months, is always on it. Always on it. So there you go. Will we see a trend spike in Bitcoin over the next 9 months? Who knows? Depends on the market. The bigger the Bitcoin bubble goes again, it will go again, it will pop up, it will go. The more and more eyeballs you'll see in the trends, and people will start looking at Bitcoin when they're watching football. They'll be like, what's that? What's that shirt sponsor? It's Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin doing? Oh, that's going to be the market behaviour.